Welcome back to Does It Go Hard, a show where I review movies, video games, and more. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing the latest entry in the Predator franchise, Prey 2022. So Prey is a prequel to the original Predator film, which is supposed to be somewhat of a soft reboot to the franchise, not to be mistaken with the Predator 2018, which was supposed to be a fresh reboot to the Predator franchise. Also not to be confused with Predators, which was also supposed to be a fresh reboot to the franchise. The film takes place in the year 1719 in a Comanche tribe, which is a tribe of Native Americans. Our main character is a young girl of the name Naru, who wants to prove herself to be just as much of a good hunter like the rest of the tribe. She has to go through an entire journey of trial and error to get there. What she doesn't know is that there's something else lurking in the woods. Something out of this world. Ooh. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about Prey. I knew I was gonna talk about Lightyear. I know I got very busy, so you're gonna have to wait for that a little bit longer. But I just needed to talk about Prey, okay? Because I've been obsessed with this movie since I've watched it, and I cannot stop thinking about it, and I need to talk about it now. Like I said in my original Predator review, link in the description, I mentioned that I was very much looking forward to Prey because it definitely looked a lot different from the other Predator films in the franchise, and I was hopeful that this was going to be different, it was going to feel new, it was going to be very, very unique apart from the other Predator sequels that we've had for the last couple of years that have been a huge variety in quality, let's be honest. So now that I've watched Prey 2022, what did I think of the film? Well, there's one thing I do need to say first before I get into the nitty-gritty of the film. There's one thing I need to set fucking straight right now. This film did not deserve to be on Hulu. This should not have been on Hulu. This should not have been on any streaming service, at least right now. This deserved a theatrical release. I mean, this is really infuriating considering that the Predator 2018 got a theatrical release. You know, that dumb shit, but this gets dropped on Hulu? It is fucking insulting. 20th Century Studios? Disney? You f***ed up hard with this one. You just completely fucking lost a lot of money by not putting this on theaters. Getting that out of the way, I loved Prey. This film was fucking awesome. I can't stop thinking about this film, okay? I've seriously have not been able to stop thinking about it since I watched it. It was amazing. It was definitely one of the best films I've seen on a streaming service in a while, okay? Let me just say that. I'm just still surprised that this ended up on a streaming service and not on the big screen. That's what's most infuriating about this movie. If there was a negative that I could give this film, is that I feel terrible watching this on on a small screen. It just felt wrong. God, there's just so many things I could talk about. Of course, I think this movie is incredible in terms of its representation, actually hiring, real Native American actors to portray these Native American roles. I think it's cool, especially focusing on a specific tribe, the Comanche tribe. One of the things that I really loved about that is that it felt genuine. A lot of it felt realistic. It felt like it actually was part of that tribe. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the producers on the film, or the executive producer on the film, is actually a member of the Comanche tribe. That is a huge plus and completely make me believe that everything that I was seeing felt legit. Everybody in the cast does an incredible job with their performances. The Naru character, played by Amber Midthunder, she is incredible. Now, one of the things I also appreciate about this film is that it's not filled with dialogue. Like, the movie's not drowned in dialogue. Most of the acting and most of the personality that you're gonna get from the actors in this movie, especially the main girl, Naru, played by Amber Midthunder, most of her performance comes from her eyes. And that's, to me, some of the best acting. When you can give off so many emotions and so much with only your eyes and with only facial expressions without saying any dialogue, to me that's impressive. And she absolutely nails it. She kills this role. She's amazing. I want to see her in a lot more things. I want to see her in even bigger roles in the future. I hope so. Please. I would love to see her in more projects in the future. the actor that plays her brother in the film, what's his name? I think it's Dakota Beavers. He is an incredible badass. He's incredible as well. He also gives an incredible performance, and the relationship and the bonding with these two brother and sisters, it's incredible. You feel both a loving relationship from these two siblings, but at the same time you can see how there's a competition with these two in terms of who is going to be the better hunter, who's going to provide more for the tribe. And I think that's absolutely incredible. I loved it. I'm gushing about this film. Can you tell that I love this film? The cinematography, it's chef's kiss, the cinematography. I know that right now I look like a complete dick writer for this movie, and I do not give a flying I love this movie. Okay, I was genuinely surprised, because my impression at first I was like, it's going to be decent, like most likely it's going to be better than The Predator 2018. Now here's the thing, while I don't feel like it's up to the same level as the original, like the original is a masterpiece, okay, but Prey is definitely so close to being as good as the original. I'm being fully honest, okay? This has to be the second best film of the franchise. Yeah, man, I mean, the film would just impress me on all departments. The director, what's his name? Oh my god, I can't think of his name right now. Man. Dan Trachtenberg. Yes, he is an incredible director. I love him. I think he's super talented. He also directed one of my other favorite films, 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is also great. It's another amazing film. Go watch it if you have not. This guy is just so talented. He is so good as a director, man. I'm just so impressed with his work, and you can see again a lot of that passion into this project, kind of how you saw it in 10 Cloverfield Lane, where you truly see that he cares not only about, you know, his filmmaking, but also he cares about this franchise and this creature and the mythology. It's just great in every department, okay? I love it. All the special effects are just very good, for the most part, okay? I will say that the CGI animals were a little bit disturbing at first, but I think the reason why is because we're kind of used to seeing, you know, how actual real animals look. So of course CGI animals are always gonna stand out. It's the same thing with like CGI humans. We're always gonna notice them because we know how a real face looks. So it's always going to kind of be hard to buy these things. But other than that, I think the special effects for the most part are good. Oh, I need to talk about the Predator. Oh my god, he looks so good. I love the design of this Predator. One of the things that I absolutely loved about this Predator specifically is how both you can still tell that he is futuristic and advanced in some way, but he is also kind of ancient in his own way. Like, what was really cool to me about this Predator, and not only in terms of the design but also personality, is how you could actually buy this Predator as somewhat of a ancestor of the Predators that we saw in later films, especially the original film. To me, that was probably the best thing, and he's a complete badass. The kills, oh my god, the kills in this movie are out of... I love everything about this film. The scene with the bear in the trailer, boy, they sure do not show you anything of that fight in the trailer, because you see it in the movie. The Predator almost gets his ass beat by a bear. It is so fucking awesome. There's one scene where the Predator is fighting all these French dudes, and one of the French dudes throws a bear trap at the Predator, but the Predator grabs it and throws it back at the guy right in his fucking face, and it's oh, it's just so fucking awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess I could talk about some little nitpicks. Like I said, some of the CGI animals do look a bit awkward, but for the most part, it didn't really bother me. It didn't detract any points. I will say that even though I love the violence and the gore of this film, I do feel like the CGI blood also kind of was a little bit of a bummer, but again, it didn't necessarily bother me. This, again, what I'm doing here right now are nitpicks, okay? The film I absolutely loved. The final battle between Nadu and the Predator, oh, it's so genius. I love it. A perfect character is not going to be interesting to watch, but Nadu is not a perfect character. She does a lot of trial and error. She does a lot of failing in the movie, but you see her getting better and you see her building up to her being such a badass by the end that you buy it. You do buy her growth as a character. She has growth throughout the movie. Yeah, man, I mean, do I even have to say, yes, this movie goes hard, man. This movie goes very, very hard. I was pleasantly pleased with this film. I'm just happy to have another amazing Predator film. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week with, I don't know, it'll probably be the Lightyear video or it'll be something else. I don't know. Like the video if you enjoy this. And don't forget to subscribe, of course. I just noticed that a lot of you motherfuckers are not subscribed, so do it. Do it, please. It will help a lot. Spread the word of the channel. That will really help a lot. And good day, good night, and stay safe.